Okay, this rock right here, we found a seam right alongside the road. They had a quartz vein in it, and I took all that. We pulled out some of the quartz. It's starting to fall apart. We pulled out the quartz, and I crushed this stuff down into that sand. And I'm going to pan that sand out and check to see if there's any gold in it. The thing that we used to crush it with was the little homebrew rock crusher that I made. If you want to see how this thing works, you can look that up on let's see, season 2, season 2, episode 3, and we'll talk about that. So what I'm going to do with this stuff is take it and throw it in my gold pan, and I want to pan that out, and I'll come back and let you know what we find. Now I ran a magnet through this one again, and I got a very, very small amount. You can see it right here, this kind of stuff, magnetite on there. So there's not a lot of magnetite in this. And there's just a little bit more. And what I found is down here in the corner of this tub right here, that's all that I found in there. So I'm just going to leave it in there. I'm not even going to take it out. There's a lot of mica in here. If you can see it just right, there's shiny spots in here where mica and other materials are shining through. So we're going to pan this out and see if there's any gold in there. And we'll get done getting it all set up here, and I'll come back to you. Okay, as you can see, I worked this down just a little bit to get it down. And it's very, very dirty. Of course, all the dust from that rock crushing seems to be a brown color of some kind. One of the reasons we stopped and dug this out at all is because it had a iron rust color to the quartz, so it was worth stopping to look at. I don't expect to have a lot of black sand in this, so we'll have to keep a close eye on it as we work this down a little bit more. It's got a lot of clay in it, or appears to be a lot of clay once I got it crushed down. Maybe I crushed it too far, I don't know, but we're gonna run this out and we'll see if there's anything in it. This is from another trip up into the Cascades to do a little prospecting. We were probably about 4 miles as the crow flies from Creek 5. However, if you were to go on the terrain, it's about 10 miles because it's almost straight up and down where this area is at. So this was quite a trick. So I'm going to move it over to the side here where I can work it down a little bit further, a little bit quicker. I'm trying real hard not to push and shove that water out of there and carry all that material out. What I really wanted to do is I just wanted to take it out as just to kind of wash it off the top. And again, we don't have any black sand in here to speak of, I don't think, so I'm not expecting to see a lot of black sand show up and a lot of real heavy, so I have to be kind of careful of this. Although I'm amazed how heavy this material is, and it looks like we're getting some black sand in there. As you can see, it's getting kind of black right in here. We were just driving by and spotted this spot, outcropping of rock. Had a creek running across it, and got out and looked at it and said, wow, that's kind of cool. Then we saw this stringer of quartz in there, and I said, wow, let's go get a sample of that. So that's what we did. Didn't have any cameras with me that day. It was supposed to rain like crazy, so I left all of it at home. It was a pretty day out, but we darn near froze to death. It was cold up there. We were up near that 5,500 foot elevation again. Just chilly. Okay, so just to be clear, we started out with a solid chunk of rock, well, a couple of chunks of rock, and crushed it up, and that's where this material came from. It's not like we pounded it, so if there's much in there at all, I will be very surprised. But if there's any at all, we'll probably be going back up there and taking a look at that quartz stringer and see if there's anything more to do with it. Maybe look downstream from it and see if we can find where it's washed anything out. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. There's a fair amount of black sand in there. There's probably maybe an 1/8 or a 1/16 of a cup in that little bit. There is a lot of mica in that. It's just sparkling. A lot of sparklies. I don't see any gold in here though. Nope, not a bit. That's disappointing. Well, that's what it's about. Prospecting and not finding sometimes. Well, you guys have a good day. We'll talk with you later.